In this video, we will look at coordinates on graphs with x and y axis. If you find this video helpful, please support me by subscribing. Feel free to comment below with any questions or any other topics so that I can make more videos you will benefit from. Let's get started. Question 1. Plot the point with the coordinates 1, 3, label with point A. 1 will be my x, 3 will be my y. So go to the graph, find x equals 1, y equals 3. So I have a 1, 3. Therefore, this will be my point A. Part B, write down the coordinates of the midpoint of B and C. So B is here, C is here. In the middle of it, it looks like this point here. So that will be x equals 1, y equals 0. If you're not sure, or if it's not easy to see, there's another method. So if I write down my B coordinates, so for point B, my x is minus 1, y is minus 1. For my point C, which is here, x is 3, y is 1. So to find the midpoint, I need to find the middle of the two values. So again, that's my x, that's my y, that's my x, that's my y. So the middle of the two x values are between minus 1 and 3, which will give me 2 over 2, which equals 1. So for the midpoint of y values, I have a minus 1 and a positive 1, and then find the middle by dividing that by 2. So 0 divided by 2 equals 0. So again, that will give me x coordinates as 1, y coordinates as 0. So that's question 1. Question 2. Plot the point with the coordinates minus 2, minus 3. Minus 2 is x, minus 3 is y. So minus 2 is here, minus 3 is going down, so this will be my point A. Part B, write down the coordinates of the midpoint of B and C. So B is here, C is here, so for point B, I have coordinates minus 3 and 3. For my point C, I have a coordinates of x equals 3, y equals 0. Okay, let's find our midpoint. Point B was minus 3, 3, and point C was my 3, 0. Again, this is my x, that's my y, x and y. So now find the midpoint. Midpoint of the two x values, minus 3 and positive 3, divided by 2, that gives me 0 divided by 2, which is 0. Midpoint for y, I have a 3 and 0, divided by 2, which gives me 3 over 2 equals 1.5. So x equals 0, y equals 1.5, so that will be my midpoint here. So the coordinates will be 0, 1.5. Next, question 3. Plot the point with the coordinates minus 1, 4. So x and y. Minus 1's here, and then y is 4. You need to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will be my point A. That's to be labeled. And write down the coordinates of the midpoint of B and C. Looks like it just here. Looks like it's x equals 0, y equals 2, but we can check it. So for B, you have a minus 2 as x, 1 as y. For point C, we have 2 as x, 3 as y. Let's do our mathematical verification. So x, y, x, y. midpoint between the two axes. Minus 3 plus 2 equals 0, then 0 divided by 2 is 0. Midpoint of y-axis, 1 and 3 divided by 2. So that gives us 4 over 2, which is also 2. So yes, it was 0, 2 as our midpoint. Question 4. Plot the point with coordinates 3, minus 1. So x3, y is minus 1. Label with point A. So go to our graph. X equals 3, y equals minus 1. It's here, down below. So this will be our point A. Part B. Write down the coordinates of the midpoint of BC. So for point B, my x is minus 3, horizontal axis. My y is 1, vertical axis. And for my point C, my x is 2. My y is minus 3. So those are the two coordinates for B and C. And then we're going to work out the midpoint. Point B, minus 3, 1. Point C, 2, minus 3. So to find the midpoint of my x's, so that's my x, those my y, label them to make it easier. So minus 3 and 2. Minus 3 plus 2 equals minus 1 divided by 2. So now I have minus half. Midpoint for y, 1 and minus 3 over 2. So 1 plus minus 3 is minus 2 over 2 give us minus 1. So the midpoint of BC is minus 0.5 minus 1. Minus 0.5 is my x-axis. Minus 1 is here. So this is the midpoint of B and C. Question 5. Write down the coordinates of point A. So A is here. My x is 4. My y is minus 2. So my answer is 4 minus 2. On the grid, mark with a cross x, the point 4, 3, label with point B. X equals 4, y equals 3, so go up 3. That will be my point B. On the grid, draw the line with the equation x equals minus 1. Normally, when we draw equations, we have x and y, and then we'll have different values. And because x equals minus 1 is the only value for x, therefore it doesn't matter what we have for y, my x will always be minus 1. So let's see what it looks like. X is minus 1, y is minus 2, x is minus 1, y is minus 1. X is minus 1, y is 0. X is minus 1, y is 1. X is minus 1, y is 2. There we go. So you can see that's our line. Therefore, x equals minus 1 is here. I'll probably need a ruler for this. Anyway, you got the idea. Okay, this is our question 5. Question 6, write down the coordinates of point A. So my A is down the bottom right. X is 5. Y is negative 2, so 5 minus 2. On the grid, mark with a cross the point minus 1, 3. So that's my x and y. Minus 1 is on the left, 3 goes up. So this will be my point B. On the grid, draw the line with the equation y equals 6. So similarly, this time y is 6. Okay, when y is 6, it doesn't matter what x equals to. Okay, so x minus 2, y is 6. X is minus 1, y is 6. X is 0, y is 6. X is 1, y is 6. X is 2, y is 6. So you can see your line on the top. So this will be the line for y equals 6. Next one, question 7. Write down the coordinates of point A. So my A is on the top here. X is 2, y is 6. So the answer is 2, 6. On the grid, mark with a cross X the point 5 minus 1. Label with point B. So X is 5. Y is minus 1, so it's down below, labeled with B. On the grid, draw the line with the equation x equals 3. So x equals 3, that means my x will always be 3. Does not matter what my y value is. X is 3, y is minus 1, x 3, y 0, x 3, y is 1. So that would be my line for x equals 3. Okay, last question. Question 8. Write down the coordinates of point A. So my A is here on the left hand side. X is minus 4, y is 3. So that's my answer. Next, find the coordinates of the midpoint of A and B. So that's my A, that's my B. My point A was a minus 4, 3. My point B is 2 and 2. So I need to find the midpoint. Let's do what we usually do to find midpoint. So point A, minus 4, 3. Point B, 2, 2. So my x and y for A and xy for B. To find the midpoint for my x's, I have a minus 4 and 2. Then I need to find halfway. Minus 2 over 2, which give me minus 1. For my y, I have a 3 and 2. So 3 and 2 divided by 2 to find my midpoint. 5 over 2, which is my 2.5. So x is minus 1. Y is 2.5. So that will be the midpoint for A and B. Lastly, on the grid, mark with a cross X the point 1 minus 2. Label this point C. So X is 1, Y is minus 2. Right here. So this will be my point C. Okay, that's all for today. If this video helped you in any way, please give me a like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Comment with questions or topics that I might be able to help you with in future videos. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.